Hello, hello. I am so excited to be here with you today. Thank you so much for being part of this group, being part of this community. And the LaunchPreneur experience, we're now running the Legal Education series. And that it's been something that's been in my heart. And we put this event really together in less than a month. The idea came from, as you guys heard, and I'm going to talk about a little bit more later on, but the idea of that we online entrepreneurs have been putting so much content out there. We're putting like all the fruit of our geniuses out there, and the fact that we're not protected, and when we think we are, it's just hurtful when somebody comes and takes away what is yours. And a lot of times that's very costly. And many times people just walk away because they cannot afford to fight for what is theirs, right? So, again, I'm very happy to be here with you today. And today we're going to talk about why signature events are the best way to increase your profit in 2022, but also why being legally protected, it's one of the biggest ways to begin with. Okay, we're going to talk about the online world, what's happening in the online world, and what is a signature event, and why, how do you stand out right now in this market with so many online entrepreneurs. So if you haven't met yet, my name is Lima Firman. I am a Brazilian architect turned online business architect. I'm also a launch and summit strategist, manager, an international speaker, and a spiritual mission-driven entrepreneur. And that is a part that's very important to me. Right now, I live in San Diego with my husband who learned Portuguese and my two little boys who are 6 and 9, and they're entrepreneurs as well. They have been listening to mom and dad talking about entrepreneurship for their whole life. So they actually talk about entrepreneurs and they think like entrepreneurs, which is super cool. We also have 2 little cats. And let me know where now I moved from Brazil here about 17 or 18 years ago. So let me know where you watching from. Are you from, you watching on replay? Are you watching live with us? I would love to hear from you and get to know you better as well. And don't forget to introduce yourself in the group. So today we're going to talk, as I mentioned, why is that important. And I just wanted to get started with a little bit of statistics, which when I learned about this, it really blew my mind away. I had no idea that, and I'm going to read that one. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to be looking that way because I'm going to be reading. So the worldwide e-learn market is actually projected to be worth $325 billion in 2025. And the e-learning has led to an increase of income of 42% of U.S. organizations. And the craziest thing is that we don't have the statistics for the last 3 years, but the digital learning is the quickest growing market. It was in 2000, and it grew 900%. Okay, 900% since 2000. Now, again, this past 3 years, we think that probably that statistic is like triple, maybe 5 times, 10 times. And the reason why we should be expecting that industry to be growing even more, it's because a lot of the business, just like mine, grew out of necessity during the pandemic, right? So a lot of brick and mortar companies, we had to come up with something different. And what I'm seeing on the back end when I'm supporting my launch clients or my summit clients is that a lot of them decided, I lost my job, and I'm going to go for my passion. I didn't know I was good at this. I learned this during the pandemic. And now how can I profit from my gift to the world? And what we see is that there are a lot of opportunities. So all of those numbers, what they meant to you is that a lot of opportunities are out there for us right now. The only challenge is there's a lot of noise on the internet. If you are, here navigating on Facebook, Instagram, everybody's fighting for attention, right? We all wanted to stop the scroll. What can we do to stop the scroll? Is that curiosity? And then in the end, we all end up doing the same thing. Trying to be different, we're doing the same thing. One of the things that I saw, when I was helping with launches is that if you're coming from certain coaching program, you will be doing the same thing as everybody else. Even if you try something different, they all follow the same strategy. And it will work for a while, and it doesn't mean that's not going to work in the future. But when you see, open your Facebook and you have like 5 people inviting you to their challenge that's going to start on the same week, it's just too much. So everybody at one point last year, almost all the coaches that I knew were launching. They're doing the 5-day challenge. They're just sending out invitations. And the launches work. Now, what is it that makes it different? So I want to go back a little bit and talk about my story and how I end up in here so you can understand the difference on signature events. For me, in 2020, I was doing architecture. I love architecture. And actually, the architecture gave me the skills for me to do what I do today. But when I decided that I was going online to help my husband, the brick and mortar company, to become more visible online, I don't have time to try Google and try and error. We decided to hire coaches. So we invested about $100,000 in different coaches to teach us different strategies. The thing is, they're all puzzles, right? And it's like, this person has this piece, this person has this piece. And what was missing in the end was that what is inside of me that I really want to do, not a strategy, not this event, not that event, but what is my message? Why am I doing what am I doing? Of course, we all want to have a profit, but in the end, it's what, why, the why behind it's what makes a difference. So when the pandemic hit, my husband and I were faced with no income for over 3 months. And with that, it was very hard because we have little kids, we have a mortgage, we have all, the things we need to take care of. And I remember crying. My husband said to me, hey, if you could do something for free for the rest of your life, what would that be? And I just realized I'm already doing. I have been doing for the past 2 years. Inside of those coaching programs that I was in, I was already supporting the community with, strategies and how to do things in a certain way, how to, giving them my templates and giving them everything I had because I was not making money out of it. I was just giving to them. And at that day, during the pandemic, I decided, you know what? I have so much in my hand and so much love and so much knowledge in this industry that people keep coming back to me. So I'm going to start charging. And that was a Saturday or Friday night. And then on Monday, I had a call with somebody that always coming back for more. And I said, now I am charging for my services. And here's my service. And I was not even ready. I didn't have a website. I didn't have a payment, a funnel, nothing. I just had my knowledge. So I said, this is how much I charge. That was my first $10,000 month. I never had a 10K month before that. Doing like corporate work. I never had a $10,000 month. So that was my first one. And that really gave me that sense of, oh my gosh, I really love what I'm doing and I'm doing it for free. So why am I doing it for free? And then that's when I start looking at the events that I was creating, gave me that opportunity to be behind the scenes and seeing the successful events. What event was, the one that was actually creating more income and why? And I realized that the ones that had a social responsibility and impact, creating transformations, were the ones that were actually making more money. Okay. So that leads me to the signature event. What is a signature event? So it doesn't matter how many people are launching, putting summits out there. One of the things about the signature event, it's an event just like think about Super Bowl. When you think about Super Bowl, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Halftime. If somebody tries to put an event and put the halftime, you're always going to think of the, Super Bowl, because that's their signature event. It's something that represents their brand, that represents, what they are changing or what they're putting out there. So people can try to copy them as much as possible. You're always going to think about Super Bowl. Now, here's the thing. If they don't have their name trademarked, if they don't have their intellectual property protected, somebody could just go there and say, wow, Super Bowl halftime, I am just going to copy that idea. And they can come and bring that idea, take that idea and brand and trademark, or do the copywriting, and now it's theirs. Even though you're always going to think about Super Bowl when you see halftime, now that belongs to somebody else because they were not protected. And that happens to so many of us. Our signature event, it's something you're going to be remembered for. And that could be something that you do on the back end. For example, my next event, and I'm just going to put out there, but my next event, we're going to have a live music happening, and we're going to have a launch that somebody's building this amazing back end that is like a relaxing 3D place for us to hang out in between sessions and to network, do the speed network. This is my halftime. And this is something I am doing because I believe people love connecting and creating relationships, and nothing better than live music, right? So we can feel like we're together. Virtual events are not going to go away. And it doesn't matter if it's a workshop, a paid workshop, a free launch, or a summit, whatever you're putting out there to support your community with the content and the transformation, you need to think about what makes it different. What makes it unique to you, that people are going to come back because it's unique to you. Like today, our goal is to have the Zoom so we can connect. I'm all about connections. Being from Brazil, I love people. I love talking. I love being around people. So for me, I need to have that container where I see people. The Zoom, it's important, or anything on the back end that will allow me to connect with people. Today, technology didn't have. We tried, and it didn't work. So we had to come live here in the group. Now, what we need to think about is what's going to be that thing you do in your events that people are always going to remember you. And once you put another event together, they're not only going to come, but they're going to actually invite more people to come as well. That's a signature event. And for me, when I created my signature event last year, I shared that with somebody. And when I shared what I was going to do, because I was so excited, and this person's in the same industry, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see her as a competitor. I saw her as a collaborator. So I said, let's have this coffee chat so we can get to know each other. She was in my summit and she's participating, and she asked me some questions, and I told her about my signature and why, the strategy behind what I do and how I do it. What happened is, fast forward 3 months, I was a speaker in her event, and I got to see the page while I was on vacation. Somebody said, I saw a page that looks like yours. Did you see this? And they sent me the link. So that's how you start creating your brand. It started to influence people in a way that they see something they know that comes from you, right? And when you see sometimes people post and you go like, oh, her coach is this person because she's following certain styles. So that person saw my page and she said, this one is yours. So she came and I looked, and yes, this person cloned, not copy, not got inspired. She cloned my page 100%. And not only that, my links were still on her page. And she denied. At that point, I'm like, I'm protected because it's already out there, right? Everybody saw my event was first, and I did all of this stuff. I had this many people in my event, so I am protected. Well, reality is I was not. I talked to a lawyer. I had like had to take hours off my vacation to actually have to deal with this. I asked her to take it down and she didn't. And she would not, because I'm not protected. I thought that having the copywriting on the bottom was enough to protect me. Being public was enough to protect my brand. It's not, because it's not trademarked. So when you think about that, people can, they can go to your events and kind of get an idea what you're doing and try to copy your events. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's you. So when you think about your signature event, it's not just what you do, but how you show up. All my events we support a cause. All my events support a cause with children that have been rescued from sex trafficking. And that is part of my signature event. I am not there just to grow my email list. That is not how I grow that's not how I do my events. And my speakers know that when I am doing my events, I'm not like on top of them. Are you emailing? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? How many times did you post? No, it's up to them. They made a commitment with me. I will keep my part of the commitment, but then that's their part of the commitment. My signature event is that I treat my speakers as equal. I give them a container where they can actually have their offers and connect with the community as well, because I believe that serves the community, right? So think about your signature event as something that's going to be remembered by what are you doing, okay? Oh my gosh, we got somebody from Africa. Amazing. Hi. And I know some of parts of Africa, you guys speak Portuguese as well, right? So let me know in the chat if you ever if you ever had any piece of information or idea that you had that had been taken from somebody else. Just give me a 1 if you had, and 0 if you have never got anything stolen from you. So why it's that the best way, like in 2022, to have a signature event? People want transformation. With the whole world coming online, everybody, and now that the world is opening up again, many of those businesses that came online, they're going to stay online. They're not going to go back to just brick and mortar. They're going to stay online. And this is a huge opportunity for us to grow. Now, visibility, it's what's going to have the profitability, right? And the more hi, Krista, the more you have your visibility, the more people know who you are, the more people talk about you, the chances are that your event is going to be well known and that you're going to have the profit that you are looking for. Now, of course, when you're putting together an event, there's so many things in the back end that can be a simple event or that can be a large event that will make it or break it, like where the leads are coming from. There's a lot of little things that are, and big things that happens in the back end that will help your event being profitable or not. But the number one thing is start with your why. I would love to know, what is your why? And the why is not just, I want to make $100,000 a month so I can travel to, this many places and do this many things. But why do you do what you do? And what is the transformation that it creates in people's lives? Is that you transform in their business? For me, I'm part of the ripple effect. A lot of times I'm behind the scenes, right? My clients are there shining. And my why, my goal is that when I provide them a space for them to just show up and shine, and they don't have to worry about anything on the back end with their events, what I am doing is I'm allowing them to transform people's lives, because they don't have to think about anything else but their audience. And by them doing that, they can transform people's lives. And those people, even though I'm not touching those lives, like in the front end, I'm actually creating a container for that to happen. And that it's amazing to me when I see, for example, somebody that was super, super sick, was looking for, support from doctors from 3 years, couldn't find the support. And then she found this coach, and this coach helped her getting rid of migraines that she had for over 3 years. and this doctor, this functional doctor, was able to support her and help her. So for me, that is being my why, being part of that transformation. What is your why? Are you supporting any social causes? What is, and I'm not going to ask you to write your signature secret in here because we don't want people to take it away. But we have so many lawyers and CPAs, EPAs here in this group. Make sure to connect with them. And if you have an idea that you really like, I really want to put this into the world, but I don't know what the first step is, listen to the conversations we had. It was just amazing. If we're putting ourselves out there and sharing our secret sauce, sharing our signature events, we will need to be protected. From the time they come in contact with you for the first time to the time they leave your coaching program or your services, you need to be protected. You need to make sure that you are creating wealth. And wealth, it's also created by saving money, right? When you don't have to spend money on lawsuits or to fight for your brand because you're already, it happened to me. I had a website, I had a business, and because I didn't use their trademark in one of my promo materials, they had their lawyers coming after me. I could have fought. I didn't know better back then. I just gave up on everything I have worked for 1 year. Everything. I just gave up on it. So when you're starting your business and you're going online, or even if you're established, make sure that you listen to the presentations and see if you are really protected. If you are, if everything you have right now really belongs to you. And if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this helped. But in 2022, let's create our signature events and transform the world and make sure that every life that we touch, we live those lives better than, we actually got them. I don't know how to say that in English. That's, but we left those lives better than when we found them. I guess that's how I would say it. But anyways, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you sharing here with me, and let me know if there's anything you would like us to talk about during this week with the lawyers and the legal experts. Thank you so much.